Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Anno 1800 here today on the channel. We're going to be checking out the Sandbox experience for Anno and see what it has to offer. I'm going to roughly play for what, like 90 minutes here today and see how far we progress. So just as a bit of a disclaimer at the start of the video, this video is not going to be for everyone due to just the length of the video. I plan to play for like an hour and a half here today. But it's going to be a lot of fun, especially if you enjoy city builders as much as I do. So I hope you enjoy it today. So guys, if you want to see more Anno videos on the channel, all you need to do is leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, and let me know in the comment section down below. Got to say a huge thank you to Ubisoft Australia for sending me an early access copy of Anno and making this video possible. And also a huge thanks to you guys. My last Anno campaign video did really well, and I said if it got a good feedback and support, I'll do a Sandbox. So here today, we're going to go through the Sandbox experience, have a bit of fun and see how far we sort of progress. It's going to be a nice sort of chilled, relaxed sort of video. We'll play through the Sandbox experience and I'll show you guys what the Sandbox has to offer. Please do take into consideration that I'm not the most proficient Anno player and we're going to be going in blind mostly, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be able to set out our city and go out on the world in our own sort of way. Now, okay, so characters-wise, here are some of the characters you can choose from. Some of the classes, of course, then we've got a Chinese character here, an old lady. Okay, so I went with this guy before. Let's go with this sort of devilish-looking pirate character. Okay, so what other options here as well? I like to go with the crown, and I think like sort of the black looks quite good. I tried to make the guy look sort of more German, sort of like World War I era before. So, icky? No, we need a better name than that. We need something like Simpzy, Company, LDT. Like that, something like that would be funny. Yeah, nah, we'll just go with Simpzy. We'll just call it like that. Nah, let's go with LDT. Fuck it. Or should I go with Company or something? What should I call it? Right, I'm going to go with Simpzy LDT because, quite honestly, I am, well, limited in my proficiency at this game. We're going to start off with the normal difficulty. We might progress to expert and stuff further along, but I want to have a nice sort of amount of cash. We'll start off with abundant resources, and I'll just show you guys what the game has to offer. So down towards the other end, you start off with less capital, small world, few minerals, low fertility, no construction refunds, no building. Okay, so we have free building relocation, full construction, high fertility. Okay, let's go through the advanced settings and see who we're coming up against. So here are some of the characters in the world. Pirates here as well. We've got a random seed there of 6509. I guess we sort of roll the dice a little bit more there and see what we come up with. Large, yep, plentiful, that's good. Income, I think I'm pretty sort of happy with that, and those victory conditions as well. One required, off. Okay, cool. Right, let's start the game and get stuck into Anno. Okay guys, welcome to the Anno Sandbox map. Sessenberg is now our home. I personally like to rotate the camera like sort of this way. Okay, so I think I like to have my Anno in sort of this sort of view. Okay, cool. Well, we have Sassenberg, our new island. Let's see how the Anno gods sort of favored us. Oh no. Oh, okay. Gets a lot better. I was gonna say, I think we've got a limited sort of island here. Okay, so we've got sort of an abundance of oil fields, which is fantastic, but unfortunately I'm pretty sure that's locked away along with electricity. I think we should make this work. Look, I could re-roll and get a better quality island, but I think we'll go with this. I think we'll go with what we got dealt with here. So it's a little bit narrow through the corridor here, which isn't too bad. We've got a limited amount of sort of fishing opportunities here in the center. We have our flagship here as well. We'll send you off on some scouting missions and future charters and whatnot. Oh, here's a brown bear stalking its prey. So, we currently have potato fertility, which is fantastic. We have grain fertility, and we have a red pepper factory. We've got nitrate deposits, oil, limestone, copper, 1, okay, zinc, coal, iron. We've got 5 clay deposits scattered around the island, which is good. Well, I think we're going to call this new place home. We've also got some rivers here as well. We're going to be able to build bridges across them, which is fantastic. Okay, well, let's get stuck into it. Let's chuck a save and get stuck in. So I like to go with sort of a grid formation. I think that works best for us. So let's go push to the wall there as far as we can. However, we've got a lot of sort of bitumen here and stuff, which we're not going to be able to build on straight up. So we're going to have to at least go out just a bit here to maximize ourselves, because I don't think we can build on that. We might be able to build on that there, though. I'm just going to have to test that. So we'll go with something like this to start things off. Can I actually build on the entirety of all of this? I can't actually build on that. It needs to be higher up by just 1. So this is why we're playing on normal difficulty, because stuff like this you kind of want to iron out. Okay, so let's build a road. Oh, come on. It's locking there. Alright, let's go all the way out, something like that. And we'll try and build our farm residence here. So we can go 1, yeah. Okay, it's looking promising there. Let's do the exact same for the other side. We'll go with something like this. So how far can I actually extend this up? Okay, so this can actually go a hell of a way up here. I want to sort of have my sort of farming and residential stuff. As we push further back into the wild, we'll have a lot of stuff to harvest there, which is good. Okay, so let's try and get this symmetrical as best as we can. So this needs to be a free road here. So you can be plonked here, you can be plonked here. And we've already gone through the age of agriculture. We're going to focus on workers for the time being. I don't know how many ages we're going to progress within this particular playthrough, but we'll sort of see how we go. This is nothing. This is sort of just a nice, cool, calm and collected sort of Anno video, and we'll see how far we go. Okay, so we've got a bit of a problem here, as we're already running out of room on this side, pushing higher up. Okay, so let's have a look on this secondary side here, so we can fit you here. Build a future road. And we can fit 2 more here, but I don't think we can build a road up there, which is what's going to be the problem, which is going to lock us. However, it's actually not too bad on this side. Here we're going to have room, but it's not too bad, though, because we can expand this way. Man, there's a lot of oil fields here. That's awesome. Okay, well, let's build a market first up. Let's change the angle of you. You need to be... Oh, okay, so you can't actually put you bang smack there. That's alright, we'll pull you further down here. We'll build another road here. And we'll try and continue to push that on. Okay, let's build a small warehouse here as well. Okay, cool. So, we've got a bit of an issue there because it gets blocked off, because I really want to push up something like that. Okay, so how far can I move you up? Wow, you can go super far, nearly all the way to the other side there. Cool. Well, I don't particularly want to do that high just yet. We'll probably push into this sort of junction here. Okay, I think this is going to be okay. So, we'll basically leave this free. We'll potentially put farms and stuff down here. So, we'll pull this as higher up as we sort of can. We'll go like sort of here, say, because this is how far I plan to sort of extend out. We also can build like lopsided that way. Unfortunately, you can't go anymore sort of here, so we're going to have to go with something like this. And I want to try and grid off this as quickly as possible and get a sort of rough idea where I'm going. So, we'll pull you higher up as well. So this is where the majority of my housing is going to be. We'll put industry further back as well. We'll try and put our centralized buildings here, our markets. And that gets quite narrow towards the end of that. Fire brigades, police departments, churches and whatnot. We'll try and make it something like this. So this is sort of the general gist and sort of plan I have. So we currently got 40 farmers in our workforce. We've got some timber there as well. So let's continue on. We've got a small warehouse. I love the sort of dynamic imagery as well. It looks really cool. So we've got settlers slowly but surely coming along. I think it's time to go out and see who else is sort of inhabiting this world of Anno. Okay, well, let's see who's sort of around here. I guess we sort of head to the bottom of the map. Okay, so we've already got a decent amount of roads. We have a marketplace. We have a farming reticent. Oh, we've unlocked some buildings. Schnapps, and work clothes. We also can get some more fisheries in as well. That's probably not a bad bet. Getting some food in as quickly as possible. So how are we going sort of movement-wise? Oh, we can actually fit a couple in, which is good to see. And we can fit some more further back within this way. So let's try and push you further in as possible. Let's get 2 in as quickly as possible. We'll swing you guys down here and connect you up. I don't think we're going to be able to fit one more in there. I think we've just been sort of pipped to the post there. No, by the smallest of margins we've been denied there. However, we can actually build some decent farms and stuff there. Okay, we're going to severely lack timber in the not too soon future. Oh, we found Anne Harlow. Wherever she is. Oh, wow.
If you be no pirate,
you don't have trade rights with this party. We might have to dive into diplomacy. Oh, we're at war with her, Anne Harlow. Great. Just what I want to see. I'll try and sue for peace once we sort of get better influence and sort of stuff. But that's not good. She's quite close to me and she's quite militaristic. She's sort of... Oh, wow. She's actually like in eyeshot of my own island. Not good. Not good whatsoever. Okay, we need to start getting timber, or otherwise we're going to have a deficit. So where's the best place to get timber? There's a lot down here, and especially with the oil fields, we're probably not going to expand down here for too long. I can see myself expanding north quite more. We sort of want to have our lumber stuff further away as possible. So, are we better off to just sort of bang you off to the side here, or sort of bang you north? That's probably not too bad. What's sort of the angle coming down into this? Okay, I can see something working like this. So we'll try and put you like this, and then we'll chuck you bang smack into this forestry sort of stuff. And then we can angle it quite well within here. Yeah, we'll do something like this. We can always fix it up, it's only sort of placeholder for now. Okay, so what we want to do straight up, we'll put sort of warehouses probably further back here. But let's try and get our timber into full effect. So trying to push it to the end of the road as best we can. And let's put you here adjacent. We'll try and fill up as much timber as we can. So we want to try and get 100% efficiency with not compromising too much of the land. So that should be adjacent more instead of more sort of sideways. I'm going to relocate this just so I can rotate it. Okay, to rotate buildings in Anno, all you need to do is press the mouse button and you just need to click the relocation tab. Okay, so we've got a small amount of further forestry here, but we might be sort of better off just to build within here instead of this side. No, we actually can get nearly 100% there, which is good to see. We do... oh, damn it. Misclick. There we go. Okay, good. I like it. I like it a lot. So we can actually expand further down here as well. So let's put a warehouse nearby. Probably on a corner somewhere where it's not going to affect everyone too much. I want to try and get as much forestry as possible. So somewhere like this. So the woodcutters are going to be operating sort of down through the south here. They're going to be pushing up to the storage house, which is great to see. So we're currently running at a 31% deficit in our farmers, so we do need to get more of them. So let's go and get some new farming residents there, and we'll try and expand our little utopia here as far as we can. So let's go with something like this, and then at this point I guess we sort of wait. We found an island here, have we? Oh, okay. Unsettled island. decent red pepper fertility. Got some hops there as well, but overly nothing too spectacular. We're slowly but surely circumnavigating the world of Anno, and hopefully we can find some friendlier AI factions. We're currently losing money at the moment, which isn't the best, but hopefully we can get that back on track. We need more workers, and that's a must. We need to get as much wood as we can. That's what we need to sort of focus on for now. Okay, well, let's try and speed things up a wee bit. Okay, we need to sort of avoid running at that being so low. So to get more timber, is it just costing us money? Yeah, that's really going to cost us 5 workers. We don't currently have enough workers to supply. So we're still at the farming tier. We've still got the worker tier coming up in the future. We still need to get schnapps and work clothes at the moment. So I'm just trying to think what I'm best to do here. So maybe in this corner angle here, we can sort of think and sort of plan ahead. Should I build farms within here? You basically want to build farms where there's limited amount of room. Maybe within here, maybe we can get some wheat fields going within this in the future as well. We've got a nice sort of big spot here as well. Potentially building like a church and a fire brigade or something. Okay, we've got some wood now, so we can continue to expand our farming residential department. And we've changed our new status to a village. And we've unlocked the pub and fire station. Curious village there. What else have we got here within our tabs? Trade routes. We haven't actually found anyone that close. Okay, so maybe you need to push further south then, my man. Okay, let's have a look at the world map. So we're currently in the old world, of course. We've got sort of the Arctic North here. The new world's here. We can actually sail there. I don't know if we can sail down to what I imagine like Africa probably is down here. But we're going to have to keep an eye on that AI faction. Let's hope they don't muster any large fleets against me and we get taken out incredibly early on. Okay, 21 wood here now. Let's continue on our expansion. Farming residence is our main goal at the moment as we are... Oh, we're finally moving into a worker surplus, which is great to see. We're expanding quite well. We want to try and get as many of them as possible. Okay, good. Another lot of buildings have been unlocked. A fire station is probably what we need next. And also getting a pub. We'll try and put these sort of utilities, institution, public services down sort of this center line as well. Okay, so we're still slowly but surely continuing on our timber expedition at full output. Okay, so we should maybe get some more if we can. Okay, cool. We finally unlocked the fire station. Let's put you here. So you're going to be able to protect exactly what side. So the houses mostly in the center. Okay, because that's one of the main things earlier on that you deal with is the issue of a fire. Now, where to put the pub? We've got a bit of a corner issue down here, which we could sort of remedy with this. We can't stick you here. I just think you might be more sort of beneficial to go here. Oh, who's this? Prince Qing or Qing. Because like the Qin dynasty isn't it? It's like Qing, isn't it? It's not Qing with a Q. Okay, so let's see her little city, Princess Qing. Yeah. Bad salts. What is this? Salzburg? No, this is bad salts. Bath salts. Oh my god. Alright, let's try and move you back. Try and go... Yeah, we can't seem to see anyone. There must be sort of hiding out in sort of the center of the map. Surely, you would think. Okay, so that's coming along just nicely. Right, so let's sort of slow things down a bit now that we've got our wood back on track. Okay, so we can build a pub here, a public service. I just think we're sort of wasting this area down here. We're better off, even though it's going to be lopsided and not 100% efficient, we can probably build the pub within there. Okay, I'd like some more sort of lumber, if I can. So pulling you here somewhere, nearly getting 90%, it affects you at an 80. Let's pop you here, and let's pop you within here as well to continue on our lumber. Okay, cool. So I think we need to sort of build another lot of fisheries as well. That's going to help us out a bunch, especially on this far side. So you can go here. We can fit a secondary one here, and we can't fit any more. Good. So my shipping, or fishing, my chippy and my fishy are at fully operational now. Okay, we've got a lot there. We kind of need that there though, to be fair. It might just look a bit nicer if we remove it somehow. Yeah, that looks a lot better. We can always fill that up with a modest park or something, but it does cost 75, which is quite extensive. Okay, so we're playing... Oh, the maintenance cost is really killing us here at the moment. I have set this out sort of perfectly how I would like it, but it's costing us in roads. I would like to keep some of these roads in operation, but really, we can carve back on our maintenance costs, I would imagine, by quite a bit. We can actually get some money back as well. We'll reconnect this up at a later date when we sort of need to really push far sort of out towards this point. We can still keep like something like this, but it's going to actually save us some money here. We can actually destruct roads quite easily. Okay, cool. So let's move on to our secondary phase. We've got a fishery up. We've also got a warehouse. Oh, it actually doesn't affect our maintenance, but it did give us some cash back, which is good. Oh, what's this? An unsettled island. It's quite far away, though, by the look of it. We're sending you further north. So I reckon the center of the map is probably more clustered than what I'd like. Okay, so what should we go for first? A schnapps production, which we can get potatoes, or we can get some sheep here. Sheep actually can be put into this narrow thing at the start. But you can push up here. I think this should be like our farming industry on this sort of left-hand side here. So let's start things off. I think put sheep towards the higher end due to it's more squared, and we can put sort of the potatoes and stuff further here as it's a lot more angled. So let's start off with our sheep production here. So let's chuck you here first up, and let's get some sheep. We still have a surplus of workers, which is good. And let's continue on. So let's go with a secondary here. And, oh, whoops. Why have I gone and done that? I'm not bloody paying attention. Relocate somewhere like here. I'm trying to think, we could put industry sort of stuff further there rather than having that sort of stuff there. Yeah, good. So that's what we'll do. We'll pop something like this. So I'll pop you down here, and let's build some squared adjacent farms, and we'll try and mirror this within this other side. Perfect. Okay, we're having warehouse issues already. That's fine.
Nice day for it.
We've still got a decent amount of farmers to tend to these sheep. Look at the sheepies. Look at the little lammies. Great to see. Okay, so let's now build a frame. What is this building actually called? Framework knitters. So we can get work clothes. I think having industrial stuff higher up here is probably our best bet. So let's pop you here, and let's build 4 of those. Perfect. So we've got a mass deficit of workers now, which is a bit of an issue, but we'll be fine. Let's construct a small warehouse here, Probably... it doesn't really matter if it's side on or not. Okay, so we've got to deal with this now. We have 41 timber in the bank. Okay, my ship is sitting idly by here. Let's go to the center of the known world. See if we can find someone here. Okay, so we have a massive deficit of workers. I'm going to speed things up so we can get a decent amount of timber. Let's continue our farming Perfect. This is what we're going to have to do, stuff like this, as we're a little bit sort of angled off within here. So this is protecting this. What is the likelihood of a fire? It's still very low, but I don't particularly want to take too many chances. I wouldn't mind having one within here as well. It's going to cost a lot. We're quite secure here. Oh, the editor announces the latest edition of the newspaper. We're going to need out here as well. We're going to need some fire brigades. Okay, so let's review the newspaper. So in Anno, the newspaper events, you can either suppress, well, the press. You could say, sort of change the political discourse, but it costs influence. So let's have a look at the Anno Chronicles here. Direct hit. Enemy structures crumble under fire. The crashes, bangs, and rumbles. Okay, so I guess that's because we're at war. We get a 5% happiness boost if we allow this to be printed. Schnapps Stortage, we get a 5% need of importance there. Or we can get sour relations, diplomatic relations with Anne Harlow Sour. Now, as I do have the influence, I am going to force the newspaper to edit this because there's a lot of bad sort of stuff here. So, we can spend 35 and get a tax income. We can spend another 5 to get more relations, or we can spend a distract on propaganda here, and I'm going to force the editor. It's going to cost me 45 influence to publish this, and we still have 70 in the bank. Obviously, other factions will not all the time like your censoring of the press, so it does change and strain diplomatic relations sometimes. Okay, so let's build a fire station. I want to sort of be able to sort of yeah, I want to be able to protect sort of my warehouse, but I also wouldn't mind protecting some of you. So something like here, something on that corner is probably in our best bet. Okay, well, let's continue on with our farming expansion, and we'll try we can. So we've got these sheep into full effect, which is good. Okay, let's try and get this Snaps production back on track. Okay, so how far can I move you within here? I can actually get you to this corner here, which is good because I want to make this sort of the bottom half as potato farms as best we can. So we'll try and pull you something like this. So we're actually going to use most of this area up, which is great. So you go something like this. We can manually plot out. I don't want to try and waste hardly any area if I can afford to. So we can't actually build within here. I want to have optimal efficiency if I can. So we'll go for something like this. Now that you're adjacent, can you actually fill within there? No. So we'll go with something like this. And we'll try and extend you like here, say. Perfect. This is what we want. We want to sort of
you'll get used to the smell.
Squeeze out every last piece of room here. Have we got much? We got, okay, 74 there, so we'll go for something like this. Okay, that's a lot better there. And I don't particularly want to put you here. I'll put you something like this. That's what we want. Okay, so we need our Schnapps distillery as well. We could put it within the end of the road. That could actually work. We could actually put the Schnapps further down here because I want to actually make a lot of this sort of farming. Then we could actually fit an industrial zone within down here. That's actually not a bad shout. Good on you, Simpzy. You found a bloody use for this. So we'll pop you here. We'll chuck another one here. We're going to run out of room slightly, but ideally we want something like that. I hope it's not out of range because that's the problem. So that's actually going to this because as we go further away we might need to relocate some of these as there is a sort of distance penalty. But by the look of it, we are still trying to find other islands, and we're actually finding it a little bit difficult. We're still running at a 300 deficit. We need to get that back on track with a secondary potato farm. Who would have thought potato farming would be this fun? This is the quote of the video. Eli Bleakworth, greetings. Okay. I wonder what you want. You can't actually fit any more within down here. So where are you then? Oh wow, you're quite close here. God scourges those with request potatoes. Oh wow, you're also in earshot as well. We've got some AIs bloody close to us. Which is interesting to see, okay. Let's continue on with our potato farm expansion. This is what I love about Anno. It's a nice, chilled, relaxed sort of game. You play it with a cup of tea late at night and just sort of play through it. Sometimes the majority of you might find it boring because I play a lot of sort of turn-based strategy stuff instead. I don't often play city building, but I do like it from time to time. So missing goods. So that is actually going to make its way there. But by the look of it, it's going to take a little bit of time, as they do have to go by cart and horse all the way to the factory. Whoa, Sir Archibald Blake? Oh no, whoa, what's this? You're kidding me. So we're up here. Is this Australia out of nowhere? The huge southern land? Oh wow, this secondary island here, it looks harsh in the north, but there's definitely a nice little sort of landing pad that other way. Okay, so we're finally making a steady profit, which is fantastic to see. I've come up with an idea to sort of fix this rat's nest. We've got a bit of a problem here we need to fix up as well, but I think if I make like a T-junction here, we might be able to fix some problems, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm just sort of going to have to play it by ear. So if you can kind of go something like this, okay? So we can still have these sort of utility buildings within the center. Does that even help? If I sort of go like this, it's not going to be sort of symmetrical, but we might be able to pull something off here just to increase our room. So if I go something like this, okay, that's not going to work because it's still going to be lopsided, isn't it? I'm essentially moving the problem. So if you go like that, because that's what's going to have to be. Right, now how does this look? Okay, I'm just trying to think if I like the look of that. I don't think so. I think it sort of makes the problem even worse by the look of it. It just looks worse. So we'll try and keep this sort of our center here. We'll relocate this further back and we'll keep that there. Yeah, we could cut right through the guts here and actually have some residential stuff within the farming. It's nearly about time to sort of expand out our lumber yards, even over the river. Yeah, over the river is way beneficial. I was thinking maybe pushing further north, but expanding our lumber capacity over the river is probably not a bad shout. Okay, we've still got my ship sort of idly by here. Is there some sort of automated scout thing? Like, that's ideally what I really want.
New orders?
No, not by the look of it. I think I've sort of seen all that what I'm sort of interested in the known world. Let's sort of move you back here as sort of more of a defense style of unit. Okay, we're coming into a problem with our residential stuff. So do I build stuff through here and sort of stop the last sort of farming? I kind of quite like this sort of farming sector where we have here. Or maybe we have to expand sort of residential over the top. I haven't decided just yet. Okay, I think I'm going to expand my residential this way. I think I've made the decision to do that instead. We're going to continue farming down here. We'll have some minimal factories here. We'll have farming within here. But we'll keep this sort of centralized stuff fine. It's just we can't really expand any further north. And this isn't getting... Like, there is room here, but it's sort of a limited amount. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rather relocate this I'm not entirely sure where. Probably here, just for the time being. And then we'll start a residential zone sort of this way. Ideally. Sort of something like this. To like there. Okay. Let's try and map this out as best we can. Preferably with residents further north here, just so we can have a bit of an idea and a bit of a blueprint. So let's relocate these farms here and see if this blueprint here is working out. So we're going to come up across a problem here due to that, but that might be okay. We'll just sort of see how we go. This is a bit of a sort of an idea, I think, bubble, I think, tank. Sort of just trying to figure out the logistics on top of this. Okay, so does something like that look good? Does it sort of work? The only problem I can see here is sort of the thickness, but we can spend a bit of dough to make it look a bit nicer. So why can't you move up through there? You can do. Alright, and then we can make it a bit thick there. Okay, cool. I think I'm happy, actually, with something like this. We'll continue to relocate residents, and we'll build another sort of block heading this way, with the ultimate goal of opening up this northern sort of fishing port. Okay, my ship is slowly but surely making its way back. We have a nice... so what's the problem? Unhappy. Don't know, not entirely sure. Okay, right, let's continue to build this new residential zone that I keep on banging on about. So let's continue to put you down here. Perfect. Make sure you're spaced out nice and tidy. Okay, and yeah, and then that could be sort of the factory stuff. Okay, cool. Awesome. We'll leave it at that then. We could push those other guys a bit further up. Just to save on that space. Because you might as well. Okay. It's just that outy bit there. You could just bulldoze it. And then continue to sort of push it down. But we'll go with something like this. Cool. Let's try and extend this out. And have a future idea of where we're sort of heading out. Man, I can't imagine the nightmare of a council member trying to look at this. Just like doing this all day. Imagine if you played that. Alright, okay, right, let's push for this. Let's continue. We've got a lot in the bank, which is good, wood-wise. Cool. Now, as we expand here, let's cross our fingers and hope that we don't have wildfires in abundance. Okay, once I zoom out a bit, we're going to be able to see sort of the magnitude of this new expansion. Okay, cool. Wow, we're really pushing up here. It's great to see. Now, I'm going to Harlow proposes a ceasefire. Demand 60k. Get out of here. I don't have that cash. We're going to decline that straight up. Not much we can do about it. Blue jacket. Okay, well, we're still continuing slowly but surely on our farming basis. Man, we haven't even gone to the second sort of age, you could say. We haven't gone... Yeah, we haven't unlocked the next level. We need 150 more farmers there. Yeah, we could have sort of blitzkrieged it, but I'm sort of taking it easy in this series. Okay, so you can be here, something like this. So how's our fire risk? Oh, God, what are you doing? Yeah. That's what I really want to know. Right, okay, so how are we looking here? Still very low priority. That's getting most of this, that's getting most of that. We have a little bit of a problem within there. There is an area that is vulnerable, but let's cross our fingers and hope. We should be alright. Okay, so fishing is quite good. Full output. So 75. Maybe we need another basic warehouse down here. Can we fit one here? We could, but we would have to redirect our schnapps facility even further. We're probably better off putting another one within here. And that should auto-lock to that new building there, I imagine. Okay, let's try and expand our schnapps sector. We've got 3 potato farms. We've only got 5 sheep farms. Let's continue our schnapps industry up. Okay, so let's build a secondary farm here, say. And let's continue on our expansion. Trying to optimize as much of this sort of rigid oil looking area as best we can. Okay, trying to push all the way back to the farm itself. Good, so we can add another schnapps facility in. And we'll chuck another farm here as well. We're going to be able to get 2 more in. What's that?
Attention for the Admiral.
That's not an enemy fleet or something.
Jewel.
Oh my god, Harold Archibald. You gave me a bloody heart attack. Because you can get attacked like this. Bloody hell, Archibald. You bloody booger. Alright, let's try and move this into a better system. Your relationship with the princess. The Chinese princess has gone up 4. That's great to see. I think the AI have their own sort of characteristics rather. Okay, cool. So we've finally made this a little bit better, which is good. That's a lot more to my liking. And we can fit a secondary one here. Oh, perfect. And a 5th. So we finally got 5 here, and we got some through here. Cool. Cool beans. Cool beans. We're going to extend the road further south here. Man, is that movie still cool? Hot Rod? Yeah, so that, I don't know if that connects. Is that a pavement? I guess it does. It's sleeping at the moment, but we're going to have to check a little bit further on. Okay, cool. Let's continue our farming sector, maybe. So how far are we away from upgrading to the 2nd tier? We need 150 more farmers, I think. We're coming quite close. Okay. So we've got some spare wood left over. Let's bring some more farming residents in. As we're still continuing to expand further back. We're going to have to keep an eye once again on my fire risk. So what's the probability now? Oh, I'd say actually still quite low, but it could go a lot higher. Okay, I did mention a while ago that I wanted to expand my logging sector, as we're still being sort of bottlenecked here. Okay, well, I'm coming across a bit of an issue here. I want to sort of have my farms lopsided this way, but as we're just sort of running out of room for having these facilities sort of so close. But I hope you guys are sort of enjoying this video. You're getting a good experience of the Anno Sandbox. Okay, so I want to try and fill all this out. We might build one more. I think what I'm going to have to do is I might need to move some of the residential stuff further back. So, like that's actually not too bad there. So we might need to move these guys around because ideally I want this farmland. But it's the 3 tile thing, isn't it? So, if I move you, like just here, say, for example, how much does this compromise?
Like the ropes got us tied.
Oh, Harlow likes us for some bloody reason now. Okay, so we lose 2. But that's not too bad. We probably can deal with that. So, we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 down here. 5, 6, and then we just need to construct one more of our own. So let's relocate some of these poor farmers, and we'll try and move our, god damn it, our hops facility, our schnapps facility rather, further here. Perfect. I think that's all right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Okay, so the problem is once they sort of get up and running, we're going to need a warehouse. So we might even need to push even more farmers here. It's just because the industrial zone is sort of encroaching here on their land a bit. No matter. No matter. We can make do. We might need to build like a warehouse.
You'll get used to the
Like
smell.
here, say. That might be better for us. So let's try and relocate some of these farmers further north. Now this should be quite enough room
Oh, you'll get used
to build a warehouse here. Oh no, a fire has broken out. Where? Oh, in my newly found territory. Shit. Let's relocate this. Actually, we want to
I could
relocate.
simply go to press.
Shit. Actually, you might be able to deal with it. Mobilize. We'll pay for the 25. You should be able to actually reach there. I was going to say, you might be able to quickly build one, but we're actually alright. Oh no, a fire's broken out.
How our city has gone to rack and
Man, putting out a fire with a cart and horse and a pump. Fucking crazy. It's starting to engulf
Sorry,
quite a
Dr.
bit here,
Ash.
but we've got some... that actually can reach there, actually. They're on standby. Where was the newspaper?
My
There
first
we go.
tip
We want to
was a
approve this.
riot at a mill.
Relations
I got
Brighton,
the
that's
picket
good.
line.
We need to
Oh,
edit this
take a
again.
stone to the head.
Let's go with the
When I came to
consumption,
everyone
and
my
let's
story
just get rid of
had
that. I don't want to
vanished.
spend too much on it. Publish.
Are you sure?
We still have 85 left. Of course,
censorship
sir.
is not always
Good.
the cranny
Stop
of the
slandering
corrupt.
me. Right. Let's push over to this fertile land. Look at this. Look how much lumber we can extract here. So, we're going to be able to automatically build a bridge straight up and over, which is great. Automatic bridges over roads. Look how perfect that looks. That looks awesome. Okay. Let's try and rip-roar all the way through the forest there, I reckon. All the way to the bitter end. And we'll try and reap the rewards. Okay, good. So, you're only going to get a 75% there. Let's wait until you get 100. Then try and slap you adjacent. Okay. The main problem we're going to have here now is the amount of time it's going to haul over the timber from one side of the island to the other. So, we're going to build some warehouses here, which will greatly increase our efficiency, and I think that should be enough. Okay, good, that's connected up. Right. Okay. I think I have the farming class now at a strong enough efficiency to
Perhaps this island
progress.
is as yet
Oh!
unclaimed.
Perhaps this unclaimed... Yeah, sure, I
This
don't mind
island
you
is
settling on
the
another
earthly
island.
twin of Tian,
I guess I could
the
say
night's
no.
haven.
Ideally, as long as it's not really this one, I'm not overly too concerned. Okay, now, remember I said we need 150 farmers for the next level? That is not true. We have 1.7k now. We could have upgraded a long time ago. Yeah, I just sort of forgot. We could upgrade. You just need to upgrade one of these buildings and unlock the workers. However, I still wanted to get my farming class at optimal efficiency. There's not really a point of moving on until you're sort of on track with everyone else. And I don't think I am just yet either. I want to try and finish off this farming residence zone at the moment before I even sort of continue on. So, that isn't connected there at all. That isn't there at all. So we might just do it here, say, for the time being. Okay, so now we have 75 wood in the bank. Let's continue to expand where we can. Farming residents unhappy, but now we've got a decent amount of them. We can put a lot of them to work once we get these residential zones done and dusted. I could leave blueprints there, but that's all. Okay guys, I think it's time to unlock the worker buildings and the worker chain in a moment. I felt like I've got the villagers and farmers at optimal efficiency at the moment. We currently got our max timber, so we need to spend them on some more houses before we start upgrading to the workers. We currently got 42k in the bank. We're making 500 per turn. My global population's decent. My influence as well is still minus from propaganda, but that's okay. My attractiveness is at 244, and the citizens are content for the time being. I don't know if you're better off just to sort of rush the workers, because you can get them quite early on, but you're better off just sort of making sure that the farmers class is content and strong before we sort of push on. I think that's what we want to try and do, because once we start upgrading the villages, some of them will have to be left behind. But regardless, let's continue on and unlock this next lot of building chains. So let's continue with our urban expansion over here, and let's try and essentially try and finish it off if we can. That would be spectacular if we could do that, and then we can start getting some more workers in now. Okay, we've got a lot of fire stations as well. We're still currently on a low possibility, but it looks like we've got the majority of the world shored up. Okay, let's send you on an exploration as well. Send you off to try and find new lands. My citizens are really happy now, which is fantastic to see. Let's continue this out as far as we can. Perfect. And we'll probably leave it like that here. So it's not exactly leveled up, but this will do. Now we're gonna have to keep. We're gonna have to get a little bit more farm. Whoa, 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 whoa! Don't lock there, please. Than what we're used to, because basically what you have to do with Anno is once you want to go to the next tier of essentially workers, some of the class, next class, that's a better word for it. That is the word for it. Some people need to be left behind, unfortunately. Some people won't make the cut. So, I reckon the people who were here first on the island should advance to the next class. Okay. And we'll take the people who live at the front of the village. Okay, cool. So, fire station there. Good, look at that! We've got a nice little commune here. It's not sort of the most perfect city. We could have really expanded out here and built farms that way instead of going lopsided there, but it's working out quite well. I might check my fisheries actually, because 75. Okay, so we're still decreasing. We probably could afford to get a couple more further on that other side. But regardless, let's chuck a quick save. And let's get stuck in. So we're making well over 1,000 now per term, which is fantastic. We nearly could settle another island as well if we really wanted to. So to upgrade to the next tier and unlock the buildings, all you need to do is simply click the upgrade button and upgrade some workers here. Then you unlock the new age. And as you can see, we have the age of industrialization. The first workers move in, honestly, what, industrialization, yeah. So, as you can see now, we have unlocked the construction capacity of bricks, sausages, and we even can get a small harbour here. We could actually go and settle another island. We could go for a church, which is going to need us to get bricks. We need that. Otherwise, this place will become godless. We need bread as well, sails. That can be adjacent to here. Sailmaker needs bricks as well. A small harbour can be constructed. Now, I haven't actually had a look at these chains. So we've got a depot, a ship sailing yard, mounted guns. And we've got some sausages here as well. A trade union. And we need bricks, and then there's paved roads. So the main thing we need to focus on now to really start this entire building working chain is bricks. So we have an abundance of bricks on the island. We've currently got 5 clay deposits, so we can get an abundance of them. So let's go around and try and get these clay deposits now, shall we? And the newspaper's up and ready, so that's not too bad. We'll go with this. I've been spending a lot of influence over this campaign. I don't want to spend too much more. Okay. We've still got 130. Cool. So we've got a clay deposit here, clay deposit there. We've got one further on the side of the island. We've got one there as well. So we've got 3 quite close to us, which is great to see. So let's build a clay mine here, and let's also build an adjacent brick factory and get that going. There must be surely a warehouse nearby. Yeah, you could... it might be quicker just doing something like that. Yeah, so you can actually get on your merry way
I can't lose this job now.
down there. I'm pretty sure that's connected. Yeah, that should go like that. Okay, cool. There was a further one up in the north here. Let's get a secondary factory going as well. Perfect. We want to try and get all these clay mines operating. So how far away is that to the nearest sort of road? It's going to be worth even cutting this. What even is this? What is that? Is that like a fucking mountain? Yeah, look at that. That's quite huge there. Okay. So we're going to have to build a road all the way out there. Can we actually get one down there? What's the quickest way to actually get there? Okay. That seems to be the quickest way, supposedly. How the hell do we get over that then? How does that work? Oh my god. So it does work, but it's a bit of a nightmarish trek to get over there. Oh, bloody hell. So that doesn't work. Oh my god, that seems to work further there. Oh my god. There we go, that's something more that I like. Good. Oh my god. Don't lose the bricks down that massive crevasse there. Okay, let's try to attach this to the main road, I guess. Oh, it's just off as well. Oh, by the smallest of margins there. Oh, that'll do. Okay, so we probably could put a warehouse here in the middle of bloody whoop whoop. That'll be fine there. So we finally got all our clay deposits. So we've got 2 iron deposits, which is good. Can we actually utilize them? Because we need steel beams. So what do we need for that? We need iron ore and we need charcoal. Do we have iron ore on this island? We do. And we've got charcoal. Oh, okay. Zinc, copper, limestone. Okay, so we can actually make cannons here. Okay, that's good to see. Well, let's continue on with our working upgrade. That's why I sort of wanted to take it sort of one step at a time. Slowly but surely finish all the buildings for the farming class. Because we're nearly actually going to need to get to a point where we need to stop building these other sort of industry buildings and rather go with like a church. We need to get some like a trade union here as well. We're going to need that. Probably get a church secondary, but let's get a trade union in. Probably quick smart. So let's... somewhere down here would be ideal, but I guess we'll go here for the time being. Better than nothing. So let's build a trade union building here. So we're making 1.2k per term, which is... it's not crazy, but it's significant. I've played sort of towards the end here where you get about 3k or so. But what I want to go for now is a pig farm. I want to try and get a pig farm in. I think that's probably a good idea. Now, I haven't built a pig farm before, so I'm curious to see how the layout is. So it's actually a lopsided looking thing. We could be able to fit it amongst in here. So I'm pretty sure it's... it's 5 looking pens. And they're like this. Okay, right. And what's the best way to sort of allocate them? Probably next to... because we're going to need one side that has the sort of... the butcher. That's what we're going to need. So having the butchers this side and sort of moving this marketplace. We might even need to move this communal zone north and make a secondary one here, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh, I didn't attach these bricks here. These bricks aren't at full operation. Oh, whoops. Whoops-a-daisy. Alright, let's break this down a bit here. Good, I need to check shit like that because that was a massive oversight by me. So all our bricks, yep. Yeah, this is actually getting up and over.
Look sharp, the governor's here.
In storage, 8, bricks 2 or 2, yeah, no, that's good, it's all connected up there. Okay, well, let's see how this pig farm works. Okay, so, I think we'll try and move some of these communal zones again. So, let's move you higher north. Somewhere up here is probably not a bad shout. We've got like a sort of centralized thing going on here, so that'll work. And then we'll move the market up there as well. Because we need the people to be happy in their new sort of region. Good. So now this really opens up plans for... that's going to be the problem, isn't it? Oh, we are connected there. We can actually go through there. Yeah. I just want to try and open up this as best as we can to the pig farming. Okay, cool. Right, let's move and relocate you here, say. And we'll try and plop these little piggies down. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy said no. And this little piggy said wee, all the way home. Now, is this 5? Yep, cool. So that's like 1 block there, which is essentially like a 6 looking thing. Cool. Right, let's continue on with our piggy production. Let's say. I wasn't too sure how the tiles were going to be slapped down. But it's okay. So it's sort of like a fatter L sort of thing. Oh, we could have very well put them within there. But having the butchers here as well will be quite decent. And we're going to run out of room here with you, though, unfortunately. Should we put you higher up here then and try and plug this gap? You might be too far away from the butcher, though. I don't think so. I think you should be good enough. We can always relocate, which is fine. Yeah, I don't know if I like that relocation penalty. I guess it's kind of unrealistic that you can up and move stuff, but especially while you're learning, it saves you so much money. Okay, so let's put you here then, and let's go with a 3. Cool, now let's hope this all connects up once it's done. So we could actually put a road through the middle there and completely finish that off. And then build sort of farms on the adjacent side. We can always get rid of that. I was going to say I wanted to build some more pig stuff here, but that's not what we're looking at here. So what is this? A school, which is going to cost more workers. And then we can upgrade the workers to the aristocracy. Next, so we haven't got a beer chain available to us. More industry. I think we need to build a church. We need to do some more sort of public services. Getting sales, which is also probably 1 sail maker. Honestly, isn't a bad idea. If we could somehow move you further south here. What's this? A school, man. We need to get public school. Okay, well, I've finally made some room for this police station here to operate. I'm nearly going to have to put a couple over here because we've got a bit of an issue. It's okay here for the time being. You're okay operating here. We nearly need to chuck like 2 houses out here. You just need to sort of find a combination, intertwining market, fire brigade, marketplace and police protection. Because if you don't, you can have a real shit show on your hands. So let's try and relocate some of these guys here. And we'll try and pull that back as well. That's what we want to do. Try and make space for this. That's actually nearly more beneficial to do it closer to the end. There we go. That's better. We want to stick it Actually, the thing is, right, I kind of want to stick it here, though. I kind of actually want to move it there. So let's relocate. Got these end ones over here. Is that going to be enough? For one, it is. So that's going to keep them in order, and that should be plentiful for now. Okay, cool. This is working out well for now. I still want to try and get that church up. We really need to get that church up. We also need to upgrade potential buildings as well. There's still a little bit of a right there. Why aren't we dealing with that? Is it because there's no buildings within there? Oh, fuck off. Okay, guys, so we're making 1.8k per turn. We have 66k in the bank now. So, we're currently trying to go through our other worker buildings. We need bread. We also need a church. We also need soap. Now, the majority of this stuff needs clay, and we don't actually gain it that quickly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on a faster speed. We want to try and get a church, which is 25. Then we want to try and go for getting, like, steel beams and stuff, so we can continue on, because you need steel beams for a school. We're also going to need it, like, we could even go for getting, like, a soap factory, but even that takes, like, steel beams, so we're a little bit choke-necked here, bottlenecked, rather. We're a bit strangled. I'm just trying to think what we're sort of best. You're getting a shipyard might not be a bad shout either, but I think what we're better off doing is actually opening up this air. Oh, good. We're slowly getting better reputation with her. I think we're better off opening up our northern coast here to allow fishing. Because at the moment, we currently have four fishing. What are these? Fisheries in operation. And we're still currently losing at a rate of 62. So we need fish. As quickly as possible. So, we're going to be able to make them here because actually, the city has actually just naturally progressed all the way along this way. So, let's plan ahead and try and get as many of these fisheries in operation. So, where is the furthest we could sort of bring you back? So, something like this. So, maybe going like here, say, that'll allow more roads to come in. So, let's chuck one here. Let's chuck a secondary one here. If we're already minusing at an alarming rate, we're better off building like 5. Like I believe, honestly. So let's push you here. We're going to be able to unlock a massive amount of our fishing potential here, which is fantastic. So probably add a marketplace nearby, and let's also add another warehouse here so we can store this new fish. But look at this, we're going to be able to make it just a crazy amount of fisheries. I don't want to go too crazy. I'd love to sort of have the entirety of the north, sort of the food basket, the fishing net of the Anno Empire, but for now we'll just sort of leave it like that. So we're going to start storing fish. So we're still decreasing at 57. Okay, once we start sort of seeing these come in, 58, 56, it's going down now as our fishing is coming in. I don't want to go too crazy with the fish here as well, because there are a lot of sort of shipbuilding stuff here. But it's interesting to see that we settled on the far side of the island without even knowing that this was really here. Okay, we're making 1.5k per turn. We've got 73k in the bank, which is fan-bloody-tastic. Okay, let's go with getting a church. We need to have a religious service within our world. So something like this is probably not a bad shout, especially that way. So let's build our first church here, but it's also... we're better off doing... No, I actually don't think it's too bad. I think sticking it there is probably not a bad shout. So at least we got one public service operating. That's better than none. I would ideally like to chuck a secondary one up here somewhere. At least the populace is now happy. So I'm going to start saving up now so I can get access to a iron mine. Oh, we can now already. It's going to cost 5 bricks. Perfect. Now we've got this. Now this is going to allow me to have the construction of steel beams, which is quite crucial. Then we need to get a furnace going on, which is another 5. Now, do we have coal on the island? charcoal. We should do. Now, where is it? Oh. What? There and there. Okay. Well, let's start speeding things up again. Let's try and connect our new coal mine there as well. Trying to connect this up to the world. So go something like that. Little junction. Will be just fine. There's no storage house in range. That's fine. We'll figure that out in a moment. So we want a furnace. So how big is a furnace? Crikey. So basically we want to have like industry even further back this way. Putting you higher here might not be a bad sort of shout. And I guess we'll try and cap you off this way and try and get you to come down here. Okay, so now that's in operation. Where was the other iron deposit? It's way further south here. Oh, by the river as well. That looks good. Imagine working at a steel mill here. Plenty of water. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, we'll leave it there like that. We've even got... No, that seems to be working now. Good, just took a little while. It's like pulling teeth sometimes. Okay, time to move on to coal. Let's get this charcoal in operation here. So, hang on a minute. Coal. Does it just need to be adjacent? Does it not actually need to be on the thing? Requires free construction. Am I getting confused here? Does it just need to be adjacent to it, does it? Okay, by the look of it, it does. We'll try and back it up to the furthest point. So the best point for charcoal seems to be bang smack next to it here. Okay. I thought there might be some sort of requirement to come closer. But no, that seems to work for them. Where was that secondary one again? It's further north here. It's on the other side of the brick factory by the look of it. That's alright. Let's go with charcoal then. And 100% there is optimal. Good. I still don't know if that sort of stuff needs to be connected up, but something like that will do. And we've also got a warehouse nearby as well. Okay, we finally put our first lot of steelworks down as well. We finally got the funds for it. So we have the iron and coal depository. Then we've got the furnace going, and now we can make steel beams from that. I might even later on make an island purely for steel and furnace, sort of like a pollution style island. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Oh, they've expanded, have they? To a secondary island. Yeah, sure, let's check. Oh, yeah, our homes are crumbles, fine buildings lost to destruction by war. Okay, we're going to have to heavily edit this. A lot of neutral stuff for the time being. I don't want to spend too much money, but we'll try and do it as best we can. 75, we've still got 70 left. Okay, so the major thing that's going on now is we need to upgrade the workers again. Because we're operating those steel mills, we need to get them at full capacity as best we can, because we're still running at a worker deficit by the look of it. Okay, we're a little bit positive here. We need to build an abundance of new farmers, because we've rocketed down to 218 now, as we're just employing so many we're just getting such a large workforce now. Oh, good. My food is coming up now, increasingly by 42. Good. So these, we've probably got one too many. But initially it's alright. We're still making 1.4k, which is good. Okay, we're really pushing the farmstead to the last sort of northern bit of the island here. Man, look at this. I'm about to dump a whole bunch of houses here. All the way up to the top. Boom. Oh my god. Where's Timmy? Timmy took a tumble off the cliff. You gotta be careful hanging around there. Imagine getting drawn the fucking lotto to live there. Alright, there we go. And how far could we continue this way? Something like that. Good. So how is the fire service going here? That's alright. We probably could get a police precinct here as well. So let's try and move you guys here. Because we need to keep law and order under control. Boom. That's good, especially this far north. We have 46 bricks at our disposal. We've nearly got the farming class back up on track as well, which is good. We've also got some steel beams free as well. So we're finally going to be able to put our first school in Anno. Bring education to the world. Yeah, so there is a tile there, buggered. I need to fix that. And then try and put you there. Good, we've finally got a school. Oh, the children are playing. They've got some nice little balloons. Yellow and red, little McDonald's balloons. That's what I think of when I see that. 20 steel bars for a school? Bloody hell. At the church, we probably could build another one over here. Or try and centralise it a bit more. It's probably not a bad shout. And then we'll go for another school over here as well. Okay, cool. Well, I've cleared another adequate area to continue our sort of modernisation, if you will. So let's build a church down here, and let's get a school as well. Ha! They're going to accept a ceasefire for 55,000. Now, I've never actually done that, so I don't know. I am curious to see what happens. But what is the benefit? Ceasefire for an hour? Like, why would I accept that much? You never know. She might send ships over here. She's not sort of an AI faction, so she doesn't actually have too many ships by the look of it. She has a couple, but we're sort of just going to have to keep an eye on it. Maybe that's the next thing we have to really keep an eye on and sort of progress. But at least that's up and running now. We've got a school district here as well. We nearly need to make another bloody district higher up in the north here, which is just sort of the way the things are going. Okay, so what else do we need to complete on the workers sort of tree, I guess? So, at the moment, my sales are quite adequate, so is my food as well. My fishing is still... my fishing's decreasing. Oh, okay, that's something I need to keep an eye on. Okay, so looking at the tree now, we've gone through our bricks check, we've gone with a trade union check, we've got sausages in operation as well. Now, we haven't gone down sort of the small harbour stuff, we'll do that probably next. We do have adequate sales, which is good. We also need to build a... we need to get bread. So we need to build a grain farm, a flour mill, and bakery. And we need to start that probably secondary. We'll deal with that. Then we'll go through the small harbour route. The church is done. Check. Steel beams. We need to focus on getting weapons. Beer is tied to the bread. We've got a police station, a school of course. Okay, so there was something here. Yeah, rendering works. That was it. So let's allow to get some soap. We need to clean our dirty bloody workers. So, you are a sort of a little bit sort of... You're not needed here anymore. Maybe you need to be up here. I've actually got quite adequate ones, which is interesting. Maybe somewhere higher. No, look, you're actually okay here for the time being. Because I want to try and restructure this a little bit better. And make some room. So, how am I best to do this? So I want to basically have a rendering works, and then we're going to need a soap factory here as well. So, let's chuck 2 rendering works. Potentially 3. Can we chuck 2 soap factories here? Yeah, let's go with 3 then. But I need to leave enough to sort of wrap around that corner. That is the issue. We can move you further down here. Let's put a rendering works. We've just run out of bricks there. And we're actually running at a deficit of workers now. Which is not what I wanted. And you still can get around the back there, which is good. Because we want to prioritize something like that. Okay, so we just need 1 more brick by the look of it. Good. Now that is in operation. And now we need a render work. So that's coming along nicely. Do we have a warehouse nearby? We have a couple. But I don't know any of them that are super in range. So maybe we're better off building a warehouse higher at the back here or something. Just for the time being until I sort of sort this out. Oh, there's a fire. Oh no, and it's quite significant as well. As soon as I moved that bloody thing. So a fire has broken out in our... Okay, it's quite a significant industrial zone. We're going to have to try and mobilize the fire brigade where we can. Insufficient public order happiness. But the fire brigade is heading down there. We are going to be able to quell the blaze for some time. If we had that bloody... if we had you there, we might have been able to do something then. Oh no, we've got one here. We've actually got... Oh, we've got 2 fire department. Well, I thought I did a stuff up there. A good old Simpzy stuff up. But it's alright. Because we're going to be able to adequately fight it. If we had better public order happiness, it'd be done a lot quicker. Okay, so we need to upgrade my workers to the next class. And by the look of it, we can't seem to, for whatever reason. I imagine it's got something to do with the clothes, yeah. We don't have any clothes, and my current clothing buildings are on fire. Not good. Not good whatsoever. Rightio guys, welcome back. So, I've decided to slightly extend my pig farms, but really the main thing that I'm doing now is just extending our already existing sheep farm capacity. I've already done it before, quite a fair bit, so I didn't really think it was that important to really show the minor expansion here. At the moment, we're slowly waiting for the class to be eligible to continue to upgrade, because I would like to get a beer and sort of beer production going on. We don't actually have hops on the island, but we've got... we actually can get red peppers. Okay, that's probably the next tier on. But I definitely want to try and make bread. I want to try and get bread for the island as quickly as possible. But I don't think 260 workers is going to be enough. Oh, a right's been... Whoa, a right's happened massively in the north there. Okay. We're going to mobilize. So there's been a strike. Whoa! And it's a rather large one at that as well. Okay, hopefully we've got some neighbouring police precincts nearby. We'll pay for additional units. So we've got some coppers coming down to disrupt the protest. Run them over, lads! Okay, let's see how this sort of unfolds. So everyone's swinging down here. We ideally need another one maybe higher up here, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, something like that. So it encompasses both sides. Yeah, something like that. So try and get rid of these minor roads here. Let's bring another police precinct up. I'm sort of going on the fly here with sort of my zones. I guess you could really min-max it as best you can. How are we going fire-wise? That's my next main concern. Oh, it's still a very low probability. That's not too bad then. It does look like the riot is being somewhat quelled. It looks like a Japanese flag. The land of the rising sun. Kind of reminds you of that. Okay, so we should be able to... Riot intensity 1, 2. Oh, it's actually like nearly been dissolved here, which is good. But where the riot is, we've got... Oh, it's leaked over there. Bugger! And that road's just not connected. Now that is good. That actually tells me where all the roads aren't connected, but we should be able to disperse the rioting populace quite easily. Oh, yep, and we've got an abundance of potential upgrades as well. Good. Fantastic to see, because then we'll start my wheat production. Got a couple more down the far end here. Promotion not possible. That's right, we'll wait. Oh, look, the riot's been quelled. Yeah, it's gone. We had to build a new police precinct. Oh, God. Yeah, but we've stopped it for now. 565. We're not quite ready for that hops expansion just yet, I don't think. But we've nearly ran out of room here. Especially north of the island. We need to start pushing west. Crikey, we need to set up like another lot of zones here. Oh, huzzah! We've got a beer fest going on. So we're currently sitting at 1.1k farmers and nearly 1,000 workers. Actually, if we upgrade one more, we might go over. Huzzah! Oh, good on ya. We've got 1,000 workers now. Cool. We can nearly start the bread and wheat farms. We're at 150. Whoa. Okay. How long have we been playing for now? Like 4 fucking hours. That's also on a faster speed though. But yeah, we're making 5k per turn now. We are steamrolling at the moment. Maybe I'm being a little bit careless, not having a proper navy, but this is normal difficulty. So, let's have a look at my city plan. We've got these oil fields here. Now, there are 2 classes locked away in this early access build, so I'm not even going to be able to use them. So, what I'm going to do is probably build potato farms all around this. We can't really expand any further north either. We're sort of running out of room here. So, we've got a couple of zones left. We've got my sort of woodcutting zone down here. We've got another small bay here. We don't have the largest island, but it's definitely not the smallest. It's a little bit hard to navigate. So, I think we should continue this sort of sprawl to about here. And then I think we should actually... The thing is, right, you sort of want your farms in Anno in the most inhospitable territory you can. Man, it is pissing down with rain. The fish are still swimming and life goes on. Look at the waves. Absolutely gorgeous, the rendering. I think, the point I was trying to get to, is I think I should build my wheat farm on this monstrosity. Look at this. The Stonehenge to the gods. No way. Oh, I thought that was a ship there. I was like, oh. That looks like a ship in there. Oh, that's a little Easter egg. Oh, good on you, Anno. Gotta say a huge thanks to Ubisoft for giving me an early access code to the game. Yeah, Anno Union. Oh, that must be like an Easter egg or something. I didn't even notice that. Oh, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna start now. We've got 1,000 workers. We're gonna start getting bread to the island, and then we'll probably focus on like a small armor. A small harbour, and then we'll go for like the weapons chain and stuff. At the moment, we can't produce beer even if we do get grain, because we need hops. And I don't think this island has hops. However, this one does. This does have hops fertility. So, let's start off by building some farms, shall we? Now, I'm trying to think, should I break it off here and then make this entire sort of arm? We'll make this the boot of Anno here, farms. Like, make that farms and then try and push the urban sprawl out to there. I think that's probably our best bet. Going something like this, and then making the remaining of this all farms. I think we should do that. So, okay, let's start off with a wheat field, because then we're gonna need to put a flour mill, and we also need to be putting bakeries on this side as well. So let's go with a grain field here, and we have 144 layers. So let's try and do this as best I can. So we essentially want to go something like that, and that's just one. Oh my god. It's going to be super hard to get it all the way and finicky up there. So something like that might not be beneficial. Okay, so this is how far we were able to expand this one farm. Ideally, I want to make the entirety of this a massive ass wheat field. Try and utilize as much as the territory as possible. So, we'll try stick you here, say. And yeah, I want you to go sort of angled more. It's just basically painting the map here, because you got to be. Oh yeah, this is gonna be real tough. I might have to do this sort of one by one because it just takes so long. Okay, we've finally goddamn completed it. Oh, we're nearly. We've just got this last little end to do. Oh my god, it's a lot of fun, but to get it perfect is a goddamn pain. Right, something like that will do now. Good. We should be able to finish it off now. Oh, yes. We haven't fully optimized that. We've still got a little bit left. But that's alright. I don't think we've got even any more areas left. God damn, man. I'm sure I fucking won some rep with the Anno fans for that one. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wheat what are these called? Grain farms in production. Look at this. We had to build a bridge here, of course. Oh, and even beneath the Anno Union, I wonder if there's some sort of, I don't know, buff there. That'd be quite cool. So now with, what was it, 9? I think I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we currently have 10 grain farms in action. So we should probably go with 10 flour mills minimum. So what's the best way? Okay, so we're actually kind of limited on our deployment here. Yeah, so let's chuck an abundance of them down. Hopefully this doesn't hammer my workers too much. Okay, this needs to be brought down. How can I put you there?
You'll get used to the smell.
There we go. Something like that's perfect. Okay, what's the problem with you? Missing fields. Oh, you even have some missing fields. Ah, that's alright. We should have enough though. You're missing some fields. We've got a decent cultivation area. Oh. Are some of these not full? They're still going to do alright though. Right, so yeah, we had 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't really need to be here now. That was when I was trying to swing them around further. So we might be able to put an end road there. Oh, god damn it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to be able to swing a secondary road around, and we'll have a bakery layer behind, I think. Slowly connecting up our world. Okay, so we're going to be able to build a layer around the back, which is perfect. And we probably should build one at the front there as well. Connect that up, something like that. Cool. Yep, so that should be perfect because that's mirroring that. Yep, awesome. Right, let's get a bakery around the back as well. On a similar angle, I think is a good idea. Okay, we only can seem to build one at a time, which is a shame. But we're going to have a decent amount here as well. And we're out of bricks. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll have 8. Okay, good. So the bakery's in operation. We need a warehouse nearby. But finally, we're going to be able to bring bread to the people. So let's build a warehouse here. We are cutting close. Yeah, we probably should move this like here, say. And once we get some more bricks, we'll be able to upgrade this. Good. So we've finally got our wheat production underway. Perfect stuff. Holy crap. Okay, I'm just going around upgrading my farmers to the working class, and I've noticed this star here. What's this?
Make the best of what we have.
Resident quest? No way. Why is it hiding up here? Farmer wishes you to take a picture of the wedding occurring at the church. I somewhat... Yeah, cool. I'll accept that. Let's take a photo of the wedding. Oh my god. So we can actually see some of our... we can actually see our city in action. Oh, look at that. Imagine working under the mountains there in the wheat field. That's coming along nicely. We've got our newfound docks there. But there's the majority of the city. So what do we need to take a picture of? Help the resident take a photo of the newlyweds. Well, I guess they're hanging out in here. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Because they're hanging out in the bushes. Maybe somewhere like here. Oh, we're gonna have to like rotate the camera. There we go. So, you couldn't have picked the worst spot to have a photo. There we go. I don't know why it's not taking a photo. I think this quest might be bugged. Oh, that sucks. Oh well. Ching ching. There we go. We've taken a photo. Okay guys, we have finally unlocked the Artisan class. Boom. So now we have access to the construction of windows and canned food. Ah, the Chinese princess wants trade rights for 900. Sure, I'm more than happy to accept that. My city has expanded quite far now. I've upgraded a lot of my workforce here, but now we have artisans, which is great to see. Okay, so to get glass you need, oh my god, you need a sand mine for quartz, glass maker and lumberjack, and then for canned food we need cattle, red peppers, okay, iron mine and a kitchen, okay, town hall as well, we get some pleasant parks, medium harbour as well. Look guys, unfortunately on that note, it is time to end the Anno Sandbox here. I've been playing for like 4.5 hours or so. I have no idea how long this video's going to be, of course, once I sort of edit it down a bit. But I felt like I've given you a solid experience with the Anno Sandbox. We've basically completed the entirety of the farmers, and we worked our way about halfway through the workers. We still got like the small harbour to construct, weapons and ships, and unfortunately for me, just because of the luck of the dice, we weren't able to get beer, but we were able to probably get red peppers. Now, getting a workforce up for the artisans as well, it's probably going to take me another like 3 hours to get it off and running. But unfortunately, guys, on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments. I could do another, like a part 2 to this, if that's something you guys would like to see. Sort of depends on the likes, the comments, the favorites, and how well this video does. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube Sandbox. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the bridge. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.